Hello, hello. Welcome to the Fourth Grader's Guide to YouTube SEO. Okay, so you can't hear me for some reason. Hello, hello. Okay. Sorry, guys, give me just a minute. For some reason, my computer is not showing that you're getting sound. Oh, there we go. All right, looks like we have sound now. Awesome. Okay, so welcome to the Fourth Grader's Guide to YouTube SEO. Set up your channel so that you are the algorithm's bestie. That's what we're going to be talking about today on this Facebook Live. All right, so the very first thing I want you to do is the same thing I always ask you to do. I want you to comment hashtag live if you are catching the live. Give me a hashtag replay if you are catching the replay so I know who's here and who's going to be here, and I can help you out with your YouTube channels. So welcome to a world where keywords aren't just words. They're the secret to taking your YouTube channel from 0 to hero. In this class, we are diving deep into the vast sea of keyword strategies and coming up with a treasure trove of insights. That's our goal today, guys. The right keyword can be your golden ticket to YouTube success. But where do you start? I will take you on a behind-the-scenes tour of how I choose winning keywords and implement them to make my videos and my clients' videos shine in YouTube's search and recommendations system. We're talking specifics, folks. I'm going to show you the step-by-step, no fluff here. So whether you're a seasoned YouTuber looking to boost your game or a newbie setting up your channel, this training is your one-stop shop for all things keywords. So just a reminder, I want you to go ahead and share in the chat if you are joining me live or if you are catching the replay. And I would also like to know if you are a current or a future YouTuber. So drop that in the chat. If you're a current YouTuber, I want you to drop a link to your channel as well. You never know who's watching who might be interested in what you're doing. So my name is Elise Michelle Nelson. For those of you who don't know, I am a YouTube strategist, which means that I help you use video to create visibility and generate leads for your business. I have personally published over 800 videos on YouTube, and that's not to mention all the other hundreds and thousands of videos I've done elsewhere, and I make money every single week from my YouTube channel. I've also helped thousands of entrepreneurs create more sales with my do-it-yourself courses and monthly membership. Plus, I have worked with other brands with tens of thousands of followers with my done-for-you YouTube management services and video editing. And I do all of these things so that you can support your family, travel, and most importantly, take a nap whenever you want. Now, I want you to go ahead and share in the chat if you're a current or future YouTuber and drop a link to your channel if you are a current YouTuber. This is going to be super interactive, so find the chat and get ready to engage and respond. So what are we going to be covering today? Well, first, we are going to cover the 3 tools that you need for YouTube keyword research. We're going to cover the step-by-steps to using those tools. I'm going to talk to you about how to find more keywords if you're struggling. We're going to talk a little bit about how keywords can impact your brand, where you should put your keywords, and then I'm going to give you some take action steps and freebies. So let's go ahead and jump right in to the 3 tools that you need to use for keyword research. I'm just going to share my screen. All right. So you should be seeing, yep, we are seeing it. Yay. The Fourth Grader's Guide to YouTube SEO. Oh, and of course, for some reason, it's not showing all the other things. Hold on just a second, guys. Sorry about that. Okay, now we've got it. Here we go. Now you should be able to see what I want you to see. Oh, weird. It didn't go. Let's try again. There it goes. Okay. All right. So the 3 tools that you need for YouTube keyword research are YouTube, the search bar, vidIQ, and TubeBuddy. And these are the 3 tools that you need to have. And I recommend using vidIQ and TubeBuddy in conjunction with the search bar because these are competitors. And so when you find keywords that they both agree on, those are going to be the best keywords for you to be found in search. Now, some specific things that each of these tools can do, because they are a little bit different. vidIQ gives you an easy to use score. So we want to get a score of 60 or above, which will show as green. And I'm going to show you some images in just a minute and you'll see what I'm talking about. It will also give you keyword suggestions. It gives you Google Trends keywords that might work for what you're looking at. It'll tell you the average video age and videos that have been added in the last 7 days. So this is going to tell you if there's an opening for you and you can kind of check your competition. It'll also tell you the top channels, so in other words, your competition, and the average views on these videos so that you can compare your keywords. And then TubeBuddy is the other tool that I recommend, and it is also going to give you an easy to use score. It's going to be green, and we want a 60 or above. It's going to give you some keyword suggestions. It has a tool called SEO Studio, which will help you effectively use your keywords in your title and your description, which I love. It also will tell you the searches per month on your specific keyword, the most viewed and least viewed, and how many were published in the last 7 days. So these 2 tools in conjunction help you really get a good idea of whether or not you want to use a specific keyword. So this is what you need to have. You need to have YouTube, you need to have vidIQ, and you need to have TubeBuddy. And there are links to both vidIQ and TubeBuddy in the description of this video. They are affiliate links, so I may get a small commission if you choose to use them. And if you'd like to sign up for those, they both have free options. You do not have to pay, and that will get you a certain number of searches per day. If you wanted to have more searches, you could pay for them. And then, of course, I could potentially get an affiliate commission. So those are my favorite tools. We are going to go ahead and go on to the next slide here. So this is going to be how it works. So what you're going to do your YouTube video keyword research is you're going to go to youtube.com. You're going to type a search that you think might be a good one in the search bar. And you're going to have already installed those 2 tools that we just talked about, which is vidIQ and TubeBuddy. And when you hit enter on the search, it'll show you TubeBuddy in the right-hand side and vidIQ on the right-hand side. And you'll be able to see the scores that they give you. So you can see in this particular search, Tech Challenge E-commerce makers, I got a yellow score. It's good. It's a 54 from TubeBuddy. And I got an orange score, a 27 from vidIQ. So neither of these are green. So what this tells me is this is not a good keyword. I can also see that there are some related searches listed here. So I can get some other, if I was able to scroll, you'd see that there were some also suggestions from vidIQ. So it can give you some other ideas that you might want to try if you have a keyword that doesn't work. So Tech Challenge E-commerce makers did not work in this particular situation. So what I would do is I would go ahead and try again. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. So if you get a keyword and it does not work for you, you're going to want to go ahead and brainstorm some additional keyword options. So I'm going to walk you through some of this brainstorming, but I just want to double check if we've got any comments or questions. If you have any comments or questions, you can certainly drop those in the chat and I will be happy to answer them for you. All right, just double checking. Looks like we've got a comment on this one. Okay. Okay, so it looks like we are all right. Just want to double check one more. Okay, good. So it looks like we're okay. No comments, but if you go ahead and post those comments in the chat, I will take a look at them in just a moment and answer them for you. Any questions or comments? If you are on board with me and you're like, Elise, I understand that it is important to use these tools and that this is the very easy, simple way that I'm going to do it, I want you to drop a 1 in the chat. We're going to go ahead and move on to our keyword brainstorm. So the keyword brainstorm, this is basically you try to find a keyword, you type it in, it doesn't work. What do you do next? You're going to go through kind of these ideas and see if you can change the keyword enough that it does do well in search. So this is different ways to describe your video. So the first thing I want you to think about is synonyms. You can use a thesaurus and change one of the words in your keyword. This might be like instead of growth, you say increase or something like that, right? So you're changing out a word in order to make it be different. You can also change out the articles. So instead of saying a search, you might say your search or my search or these search. And any of these can make it so the keyword will be a better keyword for you. You can also change out punctuation. So adding a space, adding a hyphen, sometimes these things can make a difference. And so it's worth testing out. Now, these 3 are all pretty simple. They're just changing up like vocabulary or whatever, right? Next, we move into changing the actual words. So you add or subtract a product. So for example, on YouTube, Canva is a word that does really well in search. So if you were going to show someone how to create tags for their Christmas gifts, you might include the word Canva. So how to create Canva tags for your Christmas gifts, because Canva will usually raise the search score. You can also add in your ideal customer. So how moms can use Canva to create Christmas tags, right? So your ideal customer could be something you could add. You could add a problem. How to make Christmas tags when you don't have time to go to the store, right? You can add an industry. So this would be like I'm in YouTube, so I might talk about YouTube, right? Whereas my ideal customer is a business owner. So my ideal customer is a business owner. The problem they have is reaching their people. The industry that we're going to talk about is YouTube. You can also talk about an event or a place. So for example, I said Christmas tags. I'm located in Houston, so I might say Houston business owners. Any of these things can be adding or subtracting words or phrases or things to make it so you can find a better search term that there's not as much competition on. So that is our keyword brainstorm. So we try to do a keyword. We just type it into into YouTube search, and we get our scores. If it's good, awesome, we use it. If it's bad, we do our keyword brainstorm, and then we try again. So then we're going to move on to our second attempt. So this time I'm doing tech challenged e-commerce makers with no hyphen. And so the result of this search through TubeBuddy was a 67 green. Woo woo! So TubeBuddy likes this search term, but vidIQ gave it a 25 orange. And so vidIQ doesn't like this search term. And so we go, okay, well, TubeBuddy likes it, but vidIQ doesn't. I'm probably okay just to use it, right? Well, no. I talked to you at the beginning about how important it is that both of these tools agree that it's a good search term. Now, could you just fudge it and go anyways? You could, but I'm going to recommend that you don't because of a couple of reasons. Number one, typically one of these tools likes an industry better. So it'll be easier to find a keyword on one of these tools for your industry, most likely. And so by focusing on the one that's harder, then you're more likely to have a keyword that actually works, right? So one is because of your industry. Your industry may have a specific keyword tool that works better for it. And then the second is because if these two tools agree, it is much more likely that your keyword will actually do a good job of getting you found. And so I highly recommend that you don't get this result and go, well, that's okay. TubeBuddy says it's good. vidIQ says it's not. And or vidIQ says it's good. TubeBuddy says it's not. I'm going to do it anyways. I highly recommend you don't do that. I highly recommend that you make a third attempt. So here's our third time. And this time we did tech challenge as one word, e-commerce makers. You can see TubeBuddy gave me a score of 78, so significantly higher than what I had before. Of course, it's in the green. And vidIQ gave me a score of 71, which is also in the green. And this is really important because there's not much of a difference between these keywords, but it's easier to show up on this one. So why wouldn't you use the one that's the easiest to show up for, right? All right, so I have lots of notes, but I just told you the stuff. I don't need the notes. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about things that you might have missed. So you might not have realized how these keywords can impact your brand. And there's lots going around about how you don't need to do keyword research on YouTube anymore. And that might be true for an education or for an entertainment channel, might be true. But as a business owner, your goal has got to be found forever. So you put a video out and it will not only bring you clients today and tomorrow, but it'll bring you clients a year from now. That has got to be your goal. And if that is your goal, which is what it should be, so that you can continue to have revenue generating videos and just keep layering them and layering them and layering them, you need to use keyword research because keywords are how you're found in an evergreen search. When someone searches, keywords are the things that help you get found the most. So you need to have those. Well, not the most, but they help contribute to the bucket to make sure that you get found. So things that you might have missed that kind of back up this claim that these things are going to help you be found forever. The first one is that on all three of those search terms, the top 5 videos are mine. And it's because even though the 2 were harder to rank for, I ranked on the easy to rank for one. And YouTube recognizes that those 3 things are related. And so when I started getting good rankings and I started being shown on the easy to rank video keyword, I started to be shown on the other ones as well. And so I ranked my video in the top 5 on all 3 of these search terms by just using one of them. So you don't need to focus on ranking on all 3 search terms. Focus on the ones that's the easiest. And once that one starts to show up, the others will follow. So if you are if you teach yoga and you try and show up for the word yoga, you won't. I'm sorry, you just won't. But if you try and show up for elderly chair yoga for women with ankle problems, I guarantee you that's a much smaller niche. And when you start to show up for that, you'll start to show up for other searches, and you might even make it all the way up to showing up for yoga. This is the same idea. So the first thing you may not have recognized is that I showed up as the top 5 videos for all 3 search terms. The second thing you might not have realized is that my playlist showed up in the top spot on all 3 search terms because YouTube likes to push playlists, because playlists typically get more watch time, because if someone is interested in one of your videos in the playlist, they're probably interested in them all. And so because YouTube is all about getting people to watch so they can show them more ads, when you can get a playlist that'll have the right keywords, it'll rank at the very top of the list. So using playlists is really important in this strategy. And then the last thing you may not have noticed is that my channel is shown at the top channels for these search terms, along with Founder Magazine and Opt-in Monster. And for those of you who don't know, these are giants in small business. And I showed up with them as a top channel when I had like 300 or 420 subscribers. It says right here. And so this is a big, big deal. And only by using YouTube keywords could I have gotten myself visible with such giants so quickly. So this is sort of some of the evidence, some of the backup to what I'm saying. This strategy gets you seen. It can help you get visible. And it may feel a little bit overwhelming. I know I've had many people tell me that they can't seem to get the, sorry, I'm just trying to find this. They can't seem to get the, motivation to do their keyword research. So they're just posting without it, or they're just not posting at all. But there's a really good reason for why I tell you to do this. And so you want to make sure that you are focused on getting the right keywords that are going to deliver for you from now on. We want this to be evergreen. I had a call with a client where she literally had done the YouTube channel thing for like a year. She'd done an excellent job and then stopped. And she was still getting leads and clients 4 years later from the videos that she did 4 years ago. And that's because YouTube is evergreen. It is a search engine, and your content can show up forever. So what you do today is going to impact your tomorrow. And so I highly recommend that you take advantage of that. All right, let's go back to the slides. So those are some things that you might have missed. Now I want to talk to you a little bit more about where you need to put these keywords once you have them so that you can have results like these. And I like to call this keyword knot stuffing. And it's because there was this strategy back in the day when Google first started, like the first algorithm, where people would just put as many keywords that all meant the same thing onto their website, and it would make sure that they got traffic. And it was this kind of terrible body thing. And so people were just getting a page and all it would have was keywords on it, but it would get them traffic, and then they would get to run ads and they could make money from the ads, right? But they weren't actually helping anybody. And so Google got smarter, and that didn't work anymore. And so keyword stuffing, which is what it's called, and that's what they used to do on websites, it used to be this really big, like kind of negative thing. But the reality is that there is something to this strategy. If you can put your keywords in the right places, you are reiterating to YouTube that your video is about this thing. You are reiterating to your audience that this video is about this thing. And so there's an advantage both ways, to the robot and to the audience, of actually making sure that you're putting your keywords in the right place. So we don't want to keyword stuff. We don't want to just shove as many keywords as possible. We want to keyword not stuff, but be smart and make sure that you're teaching YouTube you are the expert with the best video. So where do we want to put these? We want to put our keywords in our title. Now this says 30 to 60 characters, but I would say 50 characters or below is actually more the trend right now. You want to make sure that you have your keywords in the first 100 characters of your description, in your hashtags. Now you can have 2 to 3 hashtags on a YouTube video that are actually going to do something theoretically. And my recommendation is that for your YouTube videos, you have 2 to 3 keywords that you know are the keywords you want to show up for those videos. Then the rest of the keywords on those videos are going to be your channel keywords that still apply to the video. So you're really only having to research 2 or 3 keywords for each video once you have your channel keywords done. You're also going to make sure that you put them in your tags. So tags and hashtags are not the same thing. That's why they're listed right here. Tags on YouTube are the keywords for the video, and you want to make sure you're using the full 500 characters, and that's going to, again, be 2 or 3 keywords that are specific to the video, and then fill out the 500 characters with your channel keywords that apply to the video. You want to make sure you put your keywords in your video script so that you are saying it when you record. This means you have to do your keyword research before you record. You also want to make sure you have a playlist that has your keywords in them as well. So typically what I do with my playlist is I will do a playlist, and then I will list out the title of every video that's in the playlist description. And since your keywords are in your titles, they will be listed in that playlist as well. And then finally, you want to make sure that you are using your channel keywords, the full 500 keyword characters. And we just talked about how you're going to take your 2 to 3 keywords for your specific video and then fill it out with your channel keywords, which will get you this here as well. So this is what I call keyword knot stuffing. This is making sure that once you do the research on your keywords, they are being put in the right place to make it so that your videos continue to be shown forever, or at least for the conceivable future. All right. So let's go ahead and move on. Okay, so that is actually everything for the 4th Grader's Guide to YouTube SEO. So all you've got to do, guys, is you've got to go to youtube.com, install those 2 Google Chrome extensions, which I linked in the description above or below, depending on where you're looking at this video, and then go to YouTube search and start doing your searches and finding your keywords. But before I let you go, I know that you are probably a little overwhelmed because I've talked to a lot of people about keywords for YouTube, and you're probably thinking, but Elise, this doesn't sound like a 4th grader could do it at all. So I have a few things to help you get it done. So the very first thing is a freebie, and that is the step-by-step keyword brainstorm guide. So basically, this is where I write out for you exactly what to do your keyword search. So if you have any questions about what you just saw, you're going to want to download this, and it's myschedulebiz.com/keyword. The link is also in the description of this video, and you're going to be able to go there, get this guide, and walk through it every single time you do your keyword research until you have the knack for it. The second thing I want you to do is I want you to make sure that you RSVP to Team Reels versus Team YouTube, try both and pick a side on Wednesday, June the 19th. Next week, I won't be here because my mom's going to be in town. My daughter's graduating on Friday, a whole thing. So it'll be Wednesday, June 19th, same time, same place where you're seeing me now, where you'll be able to learn all about Reels versus YouTube and what it means and why it matters. And we'll talk about that then. So make sure you RSVP and come to that. The next thing I want to talk to you about is a special that is ending on the 31st. So I have, sorry, I'm just trying to find, weird. Could have sworn I just put that there. Huh. So, I want to talk to you about something that's ending on the 31st. So I started a YouTube cohort this year, and it is all about having some support and accountability in your YouTube journey, because I've heard time and time again that people really struggle with SEO, or they really struggle with this or with that. They just need someone else who understands. It's about giving you access to an expert who can help you. In the YouTube cohort, we meet every single week. There's different times and days for the cohort, depending upon which one you join. And I basically am watching what you're doing on your YouTube walk. And then based upon what you're doing, I give you feedback and I give you help in the next thing that you should do. So I help you walk down the path of using YouTube effectively so that you don't have to try and figure it all out on your own by yourself. We also have an accountability sheet that we use to make sure that everybody is what they're doing and what's that resulting in. And it'll give you some opportunities to connect with other people and get help. You also have access to a Google Drive folder where you can upload your videos and get feedback so that I can give you ideas on things you might want to change and or do in the future. So if that sounds like something you would like to do, if YouTube is on your to-do list for the near future or right now, this is the time to act. And the reason is because the YouTube cohort is currently $97 a month, but it will be going up to $197 on the 31st, or on the 1st of July. So the 31st is the last day to act. And so if you understand the value of a search engine that shows up not only on YouTube, which is the second largest search engine, but those videos also show up on Google, which is the first largest search engine, and you understand the value of search engine optimization to getting access to your people, this is the time to join us and act. YouTube is the place. It is not the hamster wheel that you have on social media. It's a search engine, and it will deliver forever for you. So I hope to see you there. Join us in the YouTube cohort. You're going to go to myscheduledbiz.com/cohort to join us. You can also message me if you have any questions, and that is m.me/elise.michelle.566. Guys, I really hope to see you in the cohort because I would love to see you making the progress that you deserve to have in your businesses. Don't forget to RSVP for the 19th. I am so glad we get to live our dreams together every single day, and I hope to see you next time. Bye, guys.